Hi everyone, this is Priyanka working as Assistant Professor in SNS College of Engineering. Today in my lecture series we are just going to say in detail about IoT introduction and application. In my last lecture series we have discussed about the overview and motivations, that is IPv6 role. In this we are going to see about IoT definition and IoT framework in detail. Let's see what IoT definition. Internet of Things is a 21st century phenomenon in which physical consumer products connect to the web and start communicating with each other by means of sensors and actuators. Originally, the term Internet of Things was invented by the MIT Auto ID Center in 2001 and referred to an architecture that comprises four elements, that is RFID and EPC, electronic product code, then reader's plug, then ONS, that is object name services, and then EPCI, that is apps, that is EPC information services. Next comes the technical challenges of IoT. The success of the Internet of Things relies on overcoming the following technical challenges. That is, first is the current manner of using IP addresses must change to a system that provides an IP address to every possible objects that may be needed in the future. Next is the power behind the embedded chips on such devices will never to be smaller and more efficient. The software applications must be developed that can communicate with and manage the stream of data from hundreds of interconnected non-computing devices that compromises a smart system which can adapt and respond to challenge. Next comes the ITUT views. The ITUT is the process of identifying a common way to define or describe the IoT. So far, the ITUT has not found a good definition to cover all aspects of IoT, as the IoT has quite big scope, not only the technological viewpoints but also their views. It mainly consists of two things, that is view A and view B. View A, it mainly tells about the IoT is just a concept, that is the IoT does not refer to the network infrastructure. Whereas view B, it mainly tells about the IoT is an infrastructure, that is the IoT referred to an infrastructure. These two ITUT views is mainly suggesting the definition of IoT as a short definition with more general concepts rather than as a technical definition. Let's see in detail, that is view A, it mainly describes what IoT does not refer to a network infrastructure. Next comes the view B. View B, it mainly deals with that IoT refers to an infrastructure. Now let's see about the working definitions. Here the working definitions given as a broadly developed aggregate computing application and application conception system that is deployed over local, that is LIoT, metropolitan, that is MIoT, regional, that is RIoT, national, that is NIoT, or global, that is GIoT, geographical, consisting of, it mainly consists of dispersed instrumented objects, that is object is known as things, where objects are reachable over a variety of wireless or wired local areas. Next comes the IoT framework. IoT framework, it mainly consists of The device and gateway domain is composed of the following elements, that is M2M device, M2M area network, M2M gateway. Let's see. First, M2M device. M2M device is it that runs on M2M applications using M2M services. Capabilities of M2M devices that cannot connect to network domain in the following manner. That is, first of all, in case 1, it is connected with direct connectivity. Case 2, it is connected with the gateway as the network proxy. These two are the ways which is connected to M2M devices. Next is M2M area networks. This M2M area network, it provides connectivity between M2M devices and M2M gateways. Next, M2M gateway. This M2M gateway that runs M2M applications using M2M service capability. Next comes the network domain. The network domain, it mainly consists of access network, core network and M2M service capability. First is your access network, a network that allows the M2M device and gateway domain to communicate with the core network. This is the access network. Next is the core network. Core network is that provides the following capabilities, that is IP connectivity at a minimum and possibly other connectivity means, service and network control functions. Next is interconnection and finally roaming. Finally, the application domain. The application domain consists of M2M application, network management functions and M2M management functions. Network management functions. It mainly consists of all functions required to manage the access and core networks.